I was born in Cairo and grew up in the Gaza Strip for a few years as a child. The reason I was in Gaza was Egypt ruled Gaza at that time in the 50s. And my father headed the Egyptian military intelligence in Gaza. And their job, the Fida'in, was to attack Israel. That started in the 50s. A lot of people don't go back to that history of attacks on Israel since the 50s. I grew up with the propaganda, the anti-Israel, anti-Semitic propaganda, horrendous. Most of it were lies. We were told that Israelis want to kill Arab children, and that's why we have to kill them. So they justify the attacks on Israel by claiming that Israel is killing Arab children. And I believed it. I believed all that.
What was your dad's name, and can you explain what is Fida'in for those who've never heard that word before?
Yeah. My father is Colonel Mustafa Hafiz, and he headed the Egyptian military intelligence in Gaza. And the word Fida'in means men who are ready to self-sacrifice, to do jihad against enemies of Allah. Who are the enemies of Allah? Anyone who's not a Muslim are the enemies of Allah. Jews, Christians, pagans, whoever is not a Muslim. And even among Muslims, they consider people who don't follow the Sharia or are also traitors. Like, if you don't adhere to Sharia, you don't cover your head, you could be attacked. So this is how we grew up, constantly looking at the enemies of Islam, constantly looking for who do we attack next because they hate us.
When you're a little girl, your family moved to Gaza.
Yes.
Was Gaza under the control of the Israelis, and that's why you guys felt like, or your family felt like they had to attack Israel? Or so it was under the control of the Egyptians?
Absolutely.
Why was your dad and the Fida'im attacking Israel? What was the purpose of
He was the head of the Fida'in. My father headed the Fida'in. He was one of the founders of the Fida'in. And they were attacking Israel from two fronts. One from Gaza, the Egyptians, and one from Jordan. The head of the Fida'in attacks in Jordan was an Egyptian. A lot of people don't know that. So Israel was getting hit by many fronts. So that was in the 50s. In the 50s, Israel didn't occupy Gaza. Israel didn't cause any trouble on its own unless it's attacked. So a lot of what we grew up with it's the Jews who are attacking us. So they can justify the attacks. But the truth was completely lies. It was all lies. Well, I grew up in lies.